My heart is in.
What's going on, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. April 25th, Bryant Jennings will be fighting Wladimir Klitschko, the true lineal heavyweight champion. This is going to be for his IBO, IBF, WBA, WBO titles, okay, at the heavyweight division, okay. So this is a major fight, okay. Whenever it's a Klitschko fight, it's major. This will be his first fight in America in a long time, okay, a very long time. I believe they said 7 years. I could be wrong, but it's been a long time. I will definitely be attending this fight because it's in New York. It's going to be in the Garden. So the tickets just went on sale yesterday on the 4th, okay. So you know, the tickets are already on sale. So I'm going to definitely try to go to this fight and support Bryant Jennings. You know, he's an American fighter. I do like him. I am a big fan. With that being said, I'm also a Klitschko fan. You know, I do like Klitschko a lot. And this will probably be one of the only times, unless he fights in America again or in New York, this will probably be the only time I ever get to see him fight. So I definitely want to see the fight. But I am supporting Bryant Jennings because he's an American fighter. And I hope he wins the fight. With that being said, I don't think Bryant Jennings is winning this fight, okay? I don't think he's going to win. I would like him to win, but I don't see how he can beat Klitschko, okay? Bryant Jennings is very, you know, he's a very good, well-rounded fighter. He's not that experienced. He hasn't fought for that long, but he's a natural fighter, okay? He's beating guys that are more skilled than him. I know the Mike Perez fight wasn't that impressive, but you got to look at it like stylistically. The matchup was not a good matchup. All right, we seen that in the fight. Fighting a slick southpaw like Mike Perez, it was tough for Jennings, and Jennings won the fight based on outworking Mike Perez. Okay, Mike Perez is not good at his stamina. You know, he always gets tired, and we seen that in fights before. Okay, and Bryant Jennings basically took advantage of that, okay? But Perez was definitely outboxing him in the beginning, early on in that fight. But Bryant Jennings is a good fighter because he's able to make adjustments. If you watch his past fights, he's done it. His fights before that against Arthur Splika, he made adjustments in that fight. You know, I know a lot of people didn't see that fight, but if you watch the fight, you'll notice that Bryant Jennings was boxing with Splika, another southpaw, all right, that does have power. He was boxing from the outside, okay? He moves very well. He has a great jab. He has long arms, extremely long arms, okay? But once he started getting on the inside and going to the body, that's when the fight changed, okay? That's when he started to really hurt Splika, okay? Now, in this fight here with Klitschko, I really don't know what the game plan is. I can't even sit here and tell you what he has to do because Klitschko is just as well-rounded as you're going to get. Plus, he has a huge size advantage. He's 6'6". He has a lot more power than Jennings. Okay, he has one-punch knockout power. He has speed. He moves well. He's not a great inside fighter. Okay, he does not fight on the inside. But when you're inside, he leans, he clinches, he holds well. You know, he knows how to protect himself. He's very good defensively. He's like all around the perfect fighter almost, okay? We haven't really seen flaws in his game in a long time, okay? And even with those flaws, you know, when he lost to Layman Brewster in that fight, he was a totally, completely different fighter. You know, it's not the same Klitschko that we're getting today. Klitschko is not doing, you know, nearly the amount of punches he was throwing back then, okay? Where he tired himself out. We're not getting that kind of Klitschko today. So I really don't know. You know, I really don't see holes in Klitschko's game. You know, Bryant Jennings is saying that he's going to knock him out. I really don't know how he's going to do it. But this is what I think Jennings is going to do, you know, me personally. I think a lot of people are expecting Jennings to try to get on the inside, okay? And he's going to try to knock him out on the inside or whatever. A lot of people are expecting Klitschko to just lean on him and just, you know, outbox him or possibly hurt him. I think Jennings is actually going to try to box with him on the outside for the most part, okay? I think he's going to do some things that David Haye was doing because he does move well, all right? I think he has the arms, the length to, you know, shoot that jab out there and set up his offense from the outside with Klitschko. I don't think he's going to be better at doing it, you know, and I don't think he's going to be winning rounds by doing that. But at least frustrate Klitschko, get him in deep waters, okay? He's going to have to take some gambles, though, in between that, all right? There's going to be times where he does need to get on the inside. I think he's best when he's getting on the inside. But from the outside, he's going to be mostly on the outside, okay? Because it's dangerous from getting, you know, it's dangerous being close to Klitschko because he has that left hook. We seen that in the last fight, all right? He does throw some uppercuts here and there, all right? He does have a big right hand. So you kind of want to stay, the safest place to stay is on the end of his jab if you have long arms as well, okay? Try to set up the offense out there and take a gamble from time to time in between, you know, some of these rounds or some of these points of every round. Take the gamble to try to get on the inside to land a big shot, okay? But that's dangerous as well. It's every option he has is dangerous for him, okay? And he's likely to either get hurt at some point, but he doesn't really have a choice because Klitschko is so well-rounded. It's going to be hard to get on the inside, and when you're on the inside, you can't stay on the inside, and even when you're on the inside, you might not be able to throw anything because Klitschko might hold you. So what are you going to do, especially because you have the height disadvantage, okay? What are you going to do? Klitschko has power in his jab. He's dropped people. He dropped Povetkin with a jab, I believe, okay? What are you going to do? You know, Bryant Jennings is a heavyweight, you know, but he's a smaller heavyweight. He doesn't have the power that Klitschko has. But Klitschko is chinny, but not too many fighters land clean against Klitschko and drop him at this point in his career. It hasn't happened in a long time. I really don't know what he's going to do, but I do expect Jennings to, a lot of people just think Jennings is going to just be in a shell and have the high guard and just going to walk himself in and try to go to the body. And I think at some points in the fight, he's going to switch it up and make the adjustments and do that when he finds the openings. But I just don't see him doing it for a long period of time. I think it's going to be dangerous for him. And, you know, he's been dropped before by, what's that guy's name? Bowie Tui. He's been dropped once before by a right hand. And Klitschko, that's his best punch, you know. So Klitschko is definitely capable of knocking out Bryant Jennings. I know people feel that Bryant Jennings is not a big puncher, and I know a lot of people think that Klitschko is chinny, but it's hard to hit Klitschko clean at this point. It's very hard without getting knocked out first. But anything can happen in boxing. If Bryant Jennings is gonna find an opening at some point, he needs to take advantage of it. But he has very little room for error in this fight. So me personally, I think Jennings needs to play it safe. You know, get Klitschko into deep waters. You know, frustrate him with his movement, okay, and find openings. If he is to win this fight, that would be great. You know, I would like him to win the fight, but I don't see it happening, man. I really don't see it happen. It's very unlikely for it to happen, okay? Like I said, I'm going to try to go to this fight. I would love to go to this fight. Most likely I will be going, you know. But I don't know. I like Bryant Jennings, but I don't know. You know, I don't see the fight. If you guys watching the video, if you think Jennings is going to win, let me know. Leave it in the comments. I know most people think Klitschko is probably going to knock him out. I think Klitschko's most dangerous dangerous opponents, like I stated before in other videos, is Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Guys that are also tall. Guys that can land one punch and knock you out, okay? But Jennings don't really seem to be that guy, okay? He might be more skilled. You can sit here and make the arguments that Jennings is more skilled than Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder has that one punch knockout power, and he can do it from the outside. Jennings, I don't really see that in his game, okay? So, you know, let me know what you guys think is going to happen, how the fight is going to play out. Okay, I think Jennings will be able to take him into deep waters, but it's very possible he could get knocked out at any given time. You know, Klitschko is really that good. And, you know, Klitschko has fought. He has so much experience. He has fought guys from all different levels, you know, all different styles of fighting. You know, he's very well prepared for every single opponent, you know. We don't see too many errors from Klitschko at this stage in his career, okay? All right, so anyway, let me know what you guys think and make sure you hit subscribe.